Okay, today I want to do a quick tutorial on a website that I found that makes interactive assignments really easy. I've been looking for a workaround for all of this, and I finally think I found one that works with Schoology and works really well. So I'm going to tell you about that today. So the website is called Wizer, and you go to Wizer, Wizer.me. And you'll need to create an account, but I just have the free version. I'm not paying for anything, and it works really well. Okay, so when you open up the thing after you created your account, there are a couple different things you can do. So you can look through things that are already public, so websites that have already been created, worksheets that have already been created. Oh look, there's a music one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like if you wanted to use someone else's worksheet that they've already created and save yourself some time. Because as we all know, we can use it wherever we can get it. So the cool thing about this is you can kind of make it an interactive lesson and not just a worksheet. So calling it a worksheet is a little deceiving. So you can see here, this person explains kind of the basics of music, okay, and then here's the first exercise. So the way that this works, you click the blue dots, okay, and so this is, it pops up an answer, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. There's a spot where they can type answers, okay. So I guess these numbers are just the question numbers, so that would be line 5, okay, and then the student can type in their answers. So that would be line 2. Okay. So these little dots are cool for like interactive assignments. So what you can do is you can copy the worksheet and then you can add in questions or make changes to suit your class. So if you find something that works for your subject, but it's not exactly the curriculum that you're wanting or exactly the topic that you're wanting, you can change it. So you can copy it directly and it saves to your worksheets and you can change it. Or you can just go ahead and assign it. If you find something you like and you want them to use it, you can go ahead and just assign it to them. So we're going to pretend like we copied it and saved it to our worksheets. So the way you would find it, you go over to the left and click Worksheets. And so then here are the ones that I have so far. Some of them I've created and some of them I kind of bummed off others. So this was one that I bummed off others. This is one that I bummed off others. But the rest of them are some that I have created. And I want to show you all of the fun options that you have when you're making a worksheet, and then I'll show you what it looks like when you put it into Schoology. So over here you can see you have all these themes to choose from. I'm going to pick summer because I always wish it was summer. Ooh, that's fun. I like the leaves. Okay, so we're going to do sample worksheet. I don't like that font color, so I'm going to change it to where you can see it. Much better. All right, so you need to select the worksheet subjects. So I'm going to say arts, history, because sometimes I might teach music history. You can select other. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. Worksheet grades, we'll do 6th through 12th. Okay, and it does not automatically save, so that save button is going to be your friend. But all of these tasks you can choose from, okay? And when you open it up, you can kind of see what it is, but I'm just going to show you a few of my favorite ones. So let's start with fill on an image. So the thing pops up, and the best thing about it is you can either upload an actual picture, so a JPEG or a PNG file, or you can upload a PDF, which is what we have all been wanting to do, and we can't figure it out. So we'll do a PDF first. All right, so it opens up. Let's see, here's the PDF that I already saved in preparation for this. Okay, so we will convert that. And you can type in instructions. Okay, so complete the attached worksheet. That's as basic as it gets. And now what I want to do is in all these blanks, I'm going to put a dot. And all you have to do to put the dot is click where the crosshairs are. Okay, dot, dot, dot. It's a lot of dots. Okay, but you get the idea. And then if I want those text boxes to go away so it's not all cluttered, I just toggle view tags closed. Oh, hello. And so then they can do that. I'm going to add in a button there because that's an either or question. Okay, so you see you can type in as many text boxes as you want. Cool. So I'm going to hit done, and then you can select the point value or it can set it for you. So that's up to you. There's that feature. Another one that I really like is draw. And so with draw, it does the same sort of thing where it asks you, title, instructions. So I'm going to say draw dough on the staff. Okay, and if you're not a music person, that's like, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And it's really cool the way that this works. Okay, and I'm going to put in a hint. You can select the star-shaped, shaped drop down at the top to select and create a circle. So right now it's just a blank screen and that's what they would see. But if you see this background button right here, I can click that and I'm choosing a photo that I already have saved. And this is a key signature. Okay, and so I'm going to just hit done. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Another option you have when you do fill in on an image is to upload. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to say draw, not fill in. We've already done that. So when you do draw, you can also upload like a worksheet as your background. It works better though if you can kind of cut the worksheet in half so that the dimensions fit into the background. So like this is the second half of that worksheet that I uploaded earlier. So here you can see it's a little bit bigger and it does a really good job with the resolution. But if I wanted to draw 4 quarter rests on the staff, I could have the kids draw a quarter rest. Okay, and that's really not very good. So if I want to draw 2 half rests, whole rest, they can add sticks and it kind of straightens them up for them. Whatever your subject is, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. If they mess up, they can click the little finger and select their drawing, delete it, and redo it. Okay. So that is a couple features that I like. Another one I really like is the table. So if you select a table, I did this one earlier in one of my classes today. It worked great. So I'm going to say that I want 5 rows and 4 columns on my table. And I do want a header row. And I'm going to say musical era, dates, composers, and style. I'm going to go ahead and fill in what the musical eras are. You can leave that blank. That's really optional. And once again, this is subject specific, so you're probably not going to have the same thing as me, and that's fine. And so then the students would fill in these boxes, and they just click on it. Oh, come back. They would just click on it and be able to type. Okay. And you can probably figure out what all of these other ones are, but I like the format of the matching and the sorting. It's just a lot more user-friendly. It's colorful. That matters to me, I don't know. But I think it makes it a lot better for people when they're doing assignments. All right, so let's just pretend that I'm done with my worksheet. I'm going to say save, which I probably should have done earlier, but can't be that prepared. Now review. Oh, don't forget, if you like draw on some of this stuff, make sure you delete what you draw, or else it's just going to save it as part of the worksheet. Okay, so see, there's part 1, complete the attached worksheet. So they would click, so fill in the correct number. Okay. A blank is written at the end of a piece of music, double bar line. You can also use a word bank for these, but see, it turns a darker shade of blue when they've completed it. And if they mess up and have to restart, it saves their work, which is awesome, because a lot of them are like, oops, I clicked out. And then you can't say, well, I guess you'll have to start over. They can just restart where they left off. So that's nice. Okay, and so this is what the students would see. So here's the draw feature that I really like. So instead of just using the pencil to draw, they can actually select this little star drop down, and there's a circle or whatever shape you want. Okay, so if I ask them to draw dough, oh, that's not good. But look, I can redo it. Okay, so there's dough in the musical scale. And you can see that quarter rest that I drew and my ugly little stems there that don't look very good. I forgot to delete them before I published my worksheet, so I can go back and create and edit and delete that if I want to, but I don't because this is just a tutorial. So then for the Baroque period, they can type in 1600 to 1750, and so on and so forth. And they can say all of these things. So this can be as specific, as intricate as you want it to be, but this is just a basic overview. Now this is a good part, okay? Assign to learners. This little thing will pop up. Make sure you publish your worksheet to the gallery, unless for some reason you really don't want to, and then, well, too bad you can't share it with your students. So make it public. For auto check questions, so like if you have pretty simple fill in the blank kind of things, you can select auto feedback. So I'm going to do via link, create assignment. You can hook up your Google Classroom to Wizer. So if you have linked Google Classroom, I'm not using that this year, but if you've linked it, you can do that pretty well, pretty easily. So I'm going to select this embed button, and you can put in a title. So I'm going to put in sample. You have the option to shuffle questions, set a time limit, delete, whatever. So I'm going to do embed, just copy this embed link. And here is the best part. I'm going to go down to my practice course that I've set up to goof around with all this fun stuff. And I'm going to go add materials, add assignment. And so we'll say sample, worksheet, tutorial, whatever you want to say. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Some of you might see this as your view where it's not maximized out, so you would just expand. Then you see these 2 dots over here, okay? Switch to HTML, and don't let that scare you. If you had a MySpace when you were younger, you probably are familiar with this. So you can go back and forth between visual and HTML. If you want to include instructions, you could say complete the Wizer worksheet or else. And it codes it for you, which is fun because I doubt all of you know how to just do code off the top of your head. So then you'll paste that embed link, and you can make sure it shows up. So it is there. All right, my due date is going to be today, ungraded, and I'm going to create. So now it shows up, sample worksheet tutorial. There's my instructions, complete the Wizer worksheet or else. And it's going kind of slowly, but it does show up and it is formatted correctly and it's amazing. Okay, it cut me off because I talked too much. There's another feature that I want to show you. So I'll go back to my dashboard. And this is something that I love because once again, I'm trying to save time, just like the rest of us, and this totally does it. So if you link it to your Google Classroom, you can actually pull up your classes in Wizer. And if you wanted to pay for the fancy version, I don't know how much it is because I'm not paying for that, but if you wanted to, you can actually import grades directly into Google Classroom. But we're a Schoology world, okay? So in my worksheets, I'm going to do one that I know a fellow teacher has completed because they're a member of my practice course. So I'm in here like I'm going to go back and edit this worksheet that I made earlier, if it will load. So see, I've made the worksheet and it's just blank. Well, I'm going to go to answers. And so within the answers tab, I can see who did what. All right, so there's me, and I didn't do the worksheet. I'm a bad student. But here is my co-teacher, and he did the worksheet. And so I can see his work. And if it's an assignment that has like automatic answers, like some of my other worksheets have one correct answer and that's it, instead of this drawing thing, I can scroll through and it scores it for me, which is fantastic. And so then usually I just go and enter that grade in PowerSchool. With this, I can just kind of scroll and see that everything is correct. And I can go and enter that into Schoology and PowerSchool. Another cool thing is you can create a spreadsheet for the scores for your students. It can print all the answers, or you can just do scores. It can be as detailed as you want. It's amazing. So I love spreadsheets, all about it. You can see how long they spent on this assignment right here. You can see when they last looked at it. Did they turn it in? Okay, there's all kinds of stuff in this answers thing, and it's free. And I wanted to tell you that yes, it does work. Can I change this? Hey, it does work on their phones, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my phone just to show you like it does actually work really well. All right, so I've gone into the Schoology app on my phone, and I made a practice course with me and a couple of my teacher friends just so we could see what it looks like from a student's end, because a lot of times we don't really get to see that until we're in class and they need to be doing their work. So I'm scrolling down to the assignment that I just posted that I showed you how to post. Okay, and it comes up with these three little boxes: sign in with Microsoft, sign in with Google, and sign in with something else. I don't know what that is, but you might. So no, they don't have to create a Wizer account. They just click sign in with Microsoft. I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I know our district, all our students have Microsoft accounts. So since they're logged into Schoology through their Microsoft account, it just kind of works like magic. So then it comes up with this light bulb thing that's like loading forever. And at first I was like, crap, it doesn't work. But it does. You just hit the X, it goes back to the screen where the assignment is, and you can see right there that there's my beautiful leaves, my sample worksheet, and all of my questions exactly how I left them. The drawing thing surprisingly works really well on the phone. I thought it would be kind of not good, but it worked really well. So, that's my tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. My name is Carmen Folks. There's my name. There's me. And you can find my email address on South Haven High School's website. If you have any questions, I can try to help you. I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I have found a few interesting things over the course of the last few weeks. So I hope that this helps you and saves you time because you deserve it. Okay, bye, thanks.